Oh, good morning. Day 31. The sun is about to pop up over that eastern hill. Gypie's already out doing the sniff around. We're on our way to Ely, Nevada, after I make her breakfast and wake up. Well, we're getting ready to blow this popsicle stand. We rebuilt their fire ring. We gathered some wood for the next person, including some cow chips. We picked up 2.5 big bags of trash. This is a nice spot now. Ranger Rick and Morty are about to hit the road. Oh, wow. Good morning, Nevada. Oh, it is 6:50 a.m. This is day 31. Gypie had a nice breakfast. I had a nice cup of coffee. The sun's up. Turned the water on to wash out the coffee pot. No water came out. Oops. Got a little chilly last night. Nothing broke. But it was close. Well, it wasn't close that pipes broke. But that faucet froze up. I think it was just a faucet. Couldn't have been inside because the Gypie's water and the water bottles that were in the back, they didn't freeze. So it wasn't that big a deal, but could have been. It is 35 degrees outside. We are going to be heading to Ely, Nevada. I may regroup there. If I can find a laundromat, I might do that. Gotta buy some stuff. I forget what, but it's on my list. This campground was pretty beat up. And it's not even a campground. This is just a boondock site that had an old horse watering trough on it. But there was a lot of trash. But I spent a couple hours yesterday cleaning it all up. We rebuilt the fire ring. Gathered some firewood for the next person. So hopefully when the next person comes, they'll see this and they'll keep it nice. Unless they're some 18-year-old knucklehead, then we're screwed. I have an idea. What if all male children at the age of 14 get shipped off to what we call Ranger School? Ranger School is it's just an educational system to teach boys to be men. And they'll stay at that school until they are 21 years old. Yeah, yep, that's right. All boys will go off until they're 21, learn to be men. Well, we just crossed the 6,500 foot summit, and now we're on our way down on the Wawa Mountains. I didn't think they were going to be very wide. The map looked to be pretty skinny. On the lookout for cows. A lot of signs for cows. Watch out for them. There's no fences here. This is completely open range. This is Robinson Pass, and there is the weather station, as has been the case at all past locations. There's a PLUM. I went into a Denny's, haven't been into a Denny's in Lord knows how long, decades, many decades. And it was good, actually. There was a casino in there. You know, I am a gambling man. But this isn't gambling. This is sadness. And when I say casino, again, we're talking slot machines. It was pretty big, though. It was I call it a mid-sized casino. We just entered the Humboldt National Forest. Very beautiful peak. That peak, the one I'm right off to the left, the one that I was showing you just before, that is Wheeler Peak, 13,064 feet. That is a part and parcel of the Great Basin National Park, which is where we're going next. US 50 east still. In front of us is the Snake Range. We'll be going through that, and then off to our left as we get pretty much through it will be the Mount Moriah Wilderness. Well, we've taken a slight turn south on Nevada 487 to go into the Great Basin National Park, which is off to our right here. Up ahead, just looks like desert. To the right, big mountains. Looking forward. All right. We're in the Great Basin National Park. Just went to the visitor center. See what's open, see what's not. Guy said this is a pretty cool drive. So we're going to give it a go. Great Basin National Park. There's Wheeler Peak. Baker Peak is hidden back there in the back. The bristlecone pines are here in this park, the world's oldest trees, maybe the world's oldest known trees. But I don't think it's possible to get up in there. It's a beautiful setting. But I'm ready to head to Utah. Well, as has been often the case, I've decided to take a different tact. I'm now headed down some old road, about ready to cross into Utah. I'm going to go down to Beaver, Utah, which is going through the Escalante Desert. I'm going to go to Beaver, Utah. Got a little history there. Back in the 70s, on numerous occasions, I think 5 times, either me and my brother Derek, me and a friend, me by myself once, hitchhiked across country from Ohio to Southern California, or back again. Once I remember being outside of Beaver, Utah. We couldn't get a ride. We were just sitting there. Sometimes you'd sit there for hours, but you'd always get a ride. But I remember thinking that it was the most beautiful place I had ever seen. Second only to once my dad and family went to Clear Lake up in Northern California. And I remember, I was probably 12 then. I remember thinking it was the most beautiful place I'd ever seen. I'd never seen water so blue. I guess that's why they call it Clear Lake. But anyway, I remember Beaver sitting there and just thinking how absolutely amazingly beautiful that it was. So I'm traveling eastbound on US 50, and I see the sign to Baker and the Great Basin National Park. Well, anyway, I get down in that area, and there's a sign that says Beaver, 115 miles. All right, so I'm going to go to Beaver, and then I'm going to cross Utah and see all of that craziness that's down there. Some of the most beautiful country in the world. And then we'll go from there. Hello, Utah. Goodbye, Nevada. So this is Utah State Route 21 East out of Baker, Nevada, out of Baker and into Beaver, Utah. US Route 50 was touted as being the loneliest road in America. Cows on highway. I think State Route 21 East in Utah can have a run at the money on that one, because there is nothing out here. Nothing. Well, the sign said that there were cows on the highway. There are literally cows on the highway. It's just a pair, mama and calf. All right, guys. Hi, mama. Here's some pairs walking by. There's a cow without one. A cow and a calf. That's a pair. These calves ain't weaned yet. They're just walking along the highway. Mamas and babies. There's some over here on the other side of the road too. This is why I like riding. Oh, it's all right, you guys. Here's another group up here. Both sides of the road. Hey there, little fella. They like coming up to the road because see all the green grass up here? That's what they want. They want that green grass. truck right there. I suspect we got a cowboy up here bringing all these doggies down. Where I droned those cowboys, that's back behind us, a good 5, 6, 7 miles. I suspect this is all the same herd. They're just spread out. Y'all better get along. More doggies. Well, that was cool watching that cattle drive. That's actually what was happening, because on the back end there were 4 or 5 ATVs, and they were driving all those pairs to the west. Now up ahead of us, those are the Wawa Mountains. We're going to go right through them, right through the middle of them. They're not very wide. So we're still on Highway 21 East, Utah Highway. As I said before, we're going to go through the Wawa Mountains. And if you can see up ahead, you can see that break, that pass that's going to allow us to do that. Looks like the distance from bench to bench is probably only 5, 6, 7 miles. Well, we've just started up the bench of the Wawa. More cows. Not on the road though. Coloration in the hills, the browns and the different layers. Over here is pretty cool. Well, Gypie and I are at the Frisco mine. I guess this mine was a pretty big deal back in its day. There were 4,000 people living around here. Then the mine collapsed. But I guess they pulled out something like $60 million worth of minerals. Here's a Frisco Cemetery. I'll be damned. Bunch of money down there. Pair of boots. Blizzard. This is pretty amazing. Charles Odell, born in Poughkeepsie, New York in 1841, died in 1898, died at Frisco, Utah. I don't know what's up with all the money. Not sure what that's all about. I guess I could gather it up and call it litter. What do we have here? Henry J., son of James and Mattie Barrett, born 1883, died 1884. Just a youngster, just a little youngster. Well, the Barretts didn't do so well. George lasted a couple weeks. Don't know who this poor soul is. Gladys Barrett. She lasted, is that December 8th? She lasted 20 days. Burton Barrett, he lasted 3 days. Barretts didn't have real good luck. Not with children, anyway. Rachel was 11 when she passed. This is quite a cemetery. It's big. There's still people coming up here and decorating them. They all have money on them. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that. Roswell Hopkins, born San Bernardino, California, July 1852, and died June 5th, 1879. 27 years old. This is just pretty weird. This young fella didn't make it very long. Neither did they. I imagine where you have piles of rocks like this, it's a grave. Renstrom. Not sure what that's all about, but they're all Renstrom. I mean, there's clearly somebody buried here. The vast majority of graves up here are children. Couple months old. This fellow was 40 years old, darn near. Mostly children buried here. Death comes for us all, regardless of how sweet, regardless of how small. Good morning. It is day 32. We are out in the desert near the Frisco contact mine, the old abandoned mine. 7:06 in the morning. Slept in a little bit because there's a time change. My watch says it's only 6:06, which I gotta change. So we're gonna head to Beaver, Utah this morning. It gets cold out there. It's not cold because it's cold. It's cold because it's windy. Temp says 39 degrees. It feels like 29 degrees. All right, it's about 9:30. We're in Beaver, Utah. I put Ranger Rick and Morty through a pretty good wash. We're getting pretty nasty. And I was able to get that rug that Gypie barfed all over. Do you see her there? Do you see her there? She's saying, it wasn't my fault. I was just eating what you gave me. I don't get to choose what you feed me. You're right. It was my fault. It wasn't your fault. It was my fault because I'm a dumbass. We've already been through that. So I got the rug clean, took it over, dried it out with their vacuum. We're all back to normal now. Everything's okay. We're gassed up. And I've decided we're taking the hard route. Hard. State Route 153 through the mountains. And we're going to go into canyon lands, not on 153. We got to make all kinds of turns. But we're taking the hard route. Because, why not? All right then. This summit, we just passed about 7,900 feet. We're on Utah Route 20, going over to US Route 89, which will put us over in the canyon lands on our way to Moab, Bryce Canyon, and all of that funness. Very steep grade here. A lot of traffic actually, although it's a 4-lane, which surprises me, but a lot of people are. This is one of the east-west routes to get over to all the fun stuff from the I-15 corridor. See, these are mostly RV stuff. I didn't get a picture of it, but there was a long, I don't know, had to have been 40-foot trailer in the median, just all tore up. It looked like it just exploded. I suspect the winds. I gotta watch what I'm doing here. I suspect the winds got hold of it. We have just entered the Dixie National Forest. Bryce Canyon National Park, 14 miles. We are entering Bryce Canyon National Park, United States Department of the Interior, National Park Service. Well, we're in Bryce Canyon National Park. Getting ready to go through the gate. Out my Discovery Pass. I know I got one. have one. So I got my America the Beautiful pass with my driver's license, ready to go. Gypie's back there, she's ready to go. Woohoo, Bryce Canyon! Now Gypie, when she's in the truck, she just wants to get out and run. When she's out and run, I say, you want to get in the truck? She wants to go for a run. So, she's like a lot of women. She's never satisfied. All right, that wasn't very nice. True, maybe, but not very nice. I apologize should anyone be offended by that statement. Join us celebrating 100 years. I think Bryce Canyon's been around longer than 100 years, but maybe I'm wrong. They're using pictures from Red Canyon, and that spire is the one that I did the master shot on the drone. It's going to come out pretty cool. A lot of these people coming through here are just day trippers. Don't see a lot of camping folks. A lot of California people. Which means there's a lot of assholes in the house. Oh, I'm sorry if I offended you, folks from California. But see, I'm a Californian. I can say whatever I want. It's like being black and using the N-word. When you're a Californian, you can say, Californians suck. Can't use the N-word. Hi, how are you?
Good. Are you camping in the park?
I don't know. I don't think so. I might.
As long as you're towing that bad boy,
Yep.
you won't be able to park at the visitor center or see any of my popular overlooks. To see those areas, you've got a couple of choices. You can park down the hill on the left in the big lot, stay attached, and walk across the street to use the shuttle and see the visitor center.
Okay.
Or my personal favorite, park in that same area, ditch the trailer, and go wherever you want in the park with no restrictions.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Have fun.
Okay. Bryce Canyon, yeah, pretty cool. We just went to Bryce Point. That's worth the trip. That's freaking amazing. Bryce Point at Bryce Canyon National Park is worth the visit. Well, good morning. I think this is day 33. We are at the Bryce Canyon National Park Sunset Campground. We stayed here today, space 212. With our discounts, was only 15 bucks. Park was pretty busy yesterday. Campground's probably 3/4 full. 80% full. Good luck out to Derek today. It's 9:15 a.m. in New Hampshire, and our summer farmers markets start today. So he is doing the Concord, New Hampshire farmers market today on his own. He sent me a picture of the setup. Nailed it. Tomorrow he'll do Newburyport. So I'm proud of him. I love that kid so much. Well, Gypie's back there. She's had only about half of breakfast. But she'll eat the rest later. Now we're going to go to Zion National Park. Oh, there she is. Hey, Gypie. You want to say hello to everybody? Yeah. Oh, there she is. Yeah. Hi. Hi, everybody. All right. All right, then. big old bar light on. It's lit this tunnel up pretty good. That was pretty cool. That's a hell of a tunnel. Dang. That's a monster. I bet that Alex Honnold just climbed right up that sucker though. He go, I ain't nothing. Yeah, I got into Zion and out in the nick of time. Good Lord. I have some real ambivalence about this national park thing. I do. Last time we were at this exact location a couple of days ago, we turned right. Well, today we're turning left. See what that brings us. Right was good. We're clear that way. We're clear that way. Yeah, right was great. Now we're heading north towards Butch Cassidy boyhood home, Capitol Reef, 107 miles. I wanted to look up what Capitol Reef is. Kind of a weird name. Maybe it used to be a reef under an ocean? That's my guess. I don't know. We'll see. Utah is just filled with these beautiful canyons.